All right. We are back again. We are returning back again. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us in the lounge today. Pop your seat in, get your cigar and your whiskey set, and welcome again to an overdue episode of the Bison Lounge. And of course, I am your host, the handsome Noe, with our favorite, let's not forget, the star of the show, the mentally disturbed, the slick back hair, the big dick man himself, Manuel.
How's it going, my guy?
Oh, it's going great.
Awesome. And I'm doing pretty good myself.
Doing pretty good?
Pretty good. You know, a little bit tired from the week.
Yeah.
But other than that.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because actually I kind of wanted to just give a little, info. Not that anybody really cares.
Yeah.
But, we missed an episode last week, which, we guarantee you, we did not want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
I was really very sick, and I had to tell Manuel that we couldn't do it because if he showed up, I was not going to be that lovable, handsome, funny, shit-talking man, Bison y'all all know. Like, I was in the dumps. Like, I was down.
Yeah, and I wasn't going to risk coming and getting whatever you had. So.
Yeah, of course. You don't want rabies.
Yeah, well, what the fuck?
It was one thing when you got the big dick energy from me, but rabies, that might be a little too much.
It's a little too much? Yeah.
A little too much.
You were foaming at the mouth. So.
Yeah, I was. It was scary.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens. I think it was the chick I told you about, the deli.
Oh,
I gave her a sample. I gave her a sample, and it looks like she wanted to leave a mark on me.
She did more than that. I'll tell you.
Yeah. So everybody, I apologize. We do stick. We are always wanting to do this every week for you guys, and again, thank you for listening. But I was a fever. And let me just talk about my week before I get into yours. So my week was I had a fever. So I was dead last weekend until Monday, even when called into work. So that's
right.
Already saying I'm fucked.
Yeah. And I know you're not the type to just call in for any fucking reason.
No reason at all.
I've invited you to some badass events that I know you've wanted to go to, but you still wouldn't call in. So I wouldn't respect that.
So you get it. You understand.
I get it. So if you had to call in, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty...
So I got better Tuesday, right? Cool. Tuesday I went back feeling better. Wednesday came. I went to work, and my eyes were a bit red.
You've been smoking that good shit?
You see, that's what everyone thought. And no, I was not. And my eyes were real itchy. And throughout the day at work, they were getting worse. Dude, my eyes were... I don't know what happened. I don't know if, someone passed wind on me passing by or some shit, but my eyes were red and watering, to where I had to go to the store and get clear eyes.
Yeah.
Dude, they were burning throughout that whole shift for me.
Holy fuck.
And it sucked.
You ate that booty like groceries.
Yeah, dude, I ate that booty like groceries, dude.
Shit.
Raw. No bags needed. I just fucking took the groceries.
No goggles.
No goggles. Just went straight in, diving. Fucking hooked my hands in front of my forehead and just
dove in there. Somehow it went in too easy.
Hey, you know what? No regrets.
No regrets.
And then, so Thursday came, eyes were better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Friday came, I had an uncontrollable amount of diarrhea.
What the fuck?
So, it was I don't know what, the gods or somebody cursed me. They wanted me to feel that this past week. And it was horrible. My asshole was all burning up from all the wiping throughout the day.
Shit, dude.
It sucks so much.
Damn.
But now I am 100% Bison today.
You're in Bison mode.
I'm in Bison mode.
Good.
This past week I was in human mode, and let me tell you something. I feel bad for you humans. Now I'm back on Bison mode. Now I feel superior yet again.
Yet again. When you're a Bison, you're above the rest.
You're above the rest. That's how it goes around here. Now, Manuel, sorry to interrupt, but what about you? Anything for us and the people?
Well, see, let me tell you something. Now we kind of got a 2-week head. I'm not gonna say head start, just a little break, so to say.
What do you say? You get a break from me or what?
Yeah, man. I look at you and you disgust me.
It goes back to you.
It always goes down to it. But you're my homie.
Okay.
So, anyways, with these 2 weeks, it's just been work. So there's a little bit of tiredness in me, but like I said, I'm leveling up to the point where I'm almost at Monkey King. You know what I'm saying?
Flamethrower? Did you learn flamethrower with all that XP?
I learned cut.
I learned. Hey, you got to cut those bushes. You got to cut them. Remember how they block the way? You need to cut.
I need
so
to cut.
cut's a very undervalued move.
Yeah, hell yeah. I learned cut. Got myself a new chainsaw for my work.
I learned cut.
So, yeah, no, I've been doing a lot of yard work. Everybody's been calling me, like, as I am a handyman, I do everything, but these past 2 weeks has been nothing but landscaping, lawn mowing, tree trimming, brush removal, all that shit, and it's just been hammered on my back, dude.
Ooh.
Like, this is how I know I'm getting old. Like, my back in the day, yeah, we could have lifted fucking 500 pounds and we would have been good.
Yeah.
I lift 20 and I'm a fucking sneeze away from fucking busting my back out and shit like that.
Spine splitting in half.
Yeah, fuck that shit. But other than that, dude, I got through the week. I did what I had to do and made my money. Made my
that
money.
bread?
Made that bread.
That's the term they call.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. A little couple of outliers here and there. Nothing too...
What are you trying to do?
Nothing too crazy, but you know those clients that are questionable.
Of course.
There was one that stuck in the back of my head because I was at this person's house for I started at his place around maybe 2 in the afternoon. So as I started working, he wanted me to do a bunch of brush removal, bit of tree trimming, and then of course some digging.
Digging?
Yes. Now, the area that he wanted me to dig was very questionable in the aspects that there was a lot of clean, nice grass.
Uh-huh.
But it smelled. So in my head, I thought, oh, it's probably manure from he probably spread grass around here and shit he spread good topsoil with manures mixed in it so the grass grows. And when I asked him, I'm like, hey man, why do you want me to dig this place up? The grass is very nice and I can see it took you work. And he's like, Nah, man. I just bought this land.
Oh.
I just bought this land. This patch of grass that's really nice here, I don't know where it came from. All I know is that there were a couple of cases of bodies being dumped here. This is out there in the field, man. Out there in the ranches outside of San Antonio, you know?
Okay.
So in my head, I'm like, why'd you have to fucking tell me that? Because they say that a body brings up the soil.
Mm-hmm.
Because of all the nutrients from the body that are being expelled. So it kind of got me worried. So when I got on the skid steer, because I had to rent out a skid steer to start moving the dirt around, I started digging, moving the dirt around, digging, but I was nervous because I was like, what if I bump into a body? If there were reports of this place, them finding bodies that they were dumped randomly, what if they've been digging them in here, burying them in here and I bump into one. There was a little fear in the side of my, on the side of my head, dude.
To me, it sounds like the guy could be the one who did it. That's why he was like, no, I just bought this land. He's like, but by the way, do you think a body would fit right here? He's like, why? Why are you asking that? No reason at all.
Well, get this, dude. Get this. This is where I almost kind of freaked out. So as I'm digging, I'm removing all the grass, removing all that dirt. It was nice and loose, man.
Mm.
That's not normal and a field.
Oh, we're talking about a field here.
It's a big one. Because he bought, I think he said it was 13 acres.
Damn, that's a good amount.
But he wanted me to mess around with just one spot that he was going to build a home on. So as I'm digging, I see bones.
Oh, shit.
And I'm thinking no, there is no way. There is no fucking way that these are human bones. So I go and dump away from the regular pile, dump them on the side, take a picture, and I'm like, should I call the guy? And then the thought that you just had, what if it's him, came into my head, what if it's him that's burying bodies here and shit like that? I'm gonna hold off for right now. So I started digging some more bones, dude. Put them on that pile. Curiosity got the better of me, and I started removing the bones with my shovel. I'm not a doctor or anything, so I can't just right off the bat, with my eye, just say those are human bones, those are whatever bones, whatever. But there was a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of bones.
I thought he was going to come out after he sees you being all
nosy.
He's like, hey, so how's it going out here? He's like, oh, nothing. I was like, sure, you look a little tad obscure. He has a shovel right in his hand. You okay? You sure? You
sure you don't want to get back in that skid steer and get back to work? Keep your mouth shut. Nah, well, I ended up calling him and I told him like, hey man, I've bumped into a little something. The guy shows up again, and keep in mind, this guy drives a big old F-350 and shit, King Ranch and shit, like just shows up with a big old thing, gets off, and he looks at me and he's like, so what you find? I'm like, that. And he sees all the bones that I like pulled out. And he's like, oh, fuck.
So leave.
Well, no, he just like, holy shit. I really hope that's not what I think it is. And I'm like, dude, I think it's human bones, but I don't know. I'm not a doctor. He's like, let's call the cops. That's where I got like, okay, he's not the one that's burying the bodies here or something. He calls the cops. Later on, they show up. I had to stop what I was doing. I didn't leave that place until like probably like midnight. Keep in mind, I was there at 2 p.m. and I was working. By the time I found these bones, it was already like maybe like 6, maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock. And he calls the cops. They show up like 30 minutes later, sheriffs and stuff like that. And they're like looking through them and he's like, oh, no, these are cow bones.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, thank God. Wait a minute. Cow bones out here.
Right. It's one of those cases where the cops are in it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're cow bones.
They're cow bones. Yeah, sure. Absolutely. But it made sense because some of the bones that were like, they were huge that I know would not fit in a human body unless it was this like massive dude. But nah, it just tripped me out seeing like all those bones. And I'm like, I hope they're not human bones. But then there was a part of me like, I do hope they're human bones. I want to see some shit go down.
Be part of a victims unit and shit.
Something like that.
Start questioning you. God damn it, what were you really doing there?
I was just digging.
Digging for what?
I don't know.
Are you a legal citizen here, sir?
I think so.
Not if I have something to say about it. Speed dialing ice. Think I got a case for you boys down here at the precinct.
Get here as soon as possible. No, I mean, like, they said that there were cow bones. It made sense about this because of the size of them. And like, and in all honesty, I thought it was kind of funny because they took our statements. Like, you know, like, we need to get the info from you guys just in case they are human bones.
Yeah.
So, like, we told them the story, and I was like, I don't know why. I have no idea why. I was nervous as fuck, dude. I don't know why. I kept on talking to him like, well, I was just like, you know, on the skid steer, you know, on this loader, and like I started digging, and like I just, no, let me go back. I first started doing this, and the cop like looking at me like, dude, just what were you doing? That's all I need to know.
Seem a bit nervous.
Yeah, it's like, why are you getting so nervous? You just found bones, man. You're not the one that put them there. And then he stopped and he's like, right? I'm like, well, no. Of course not. No, that wasn't me. No, I'm telling you the truth. Like, I got fucking nervous.
It'd be funny. The guy who hired you's like, I don't know who this man is. He just showed up here on my property.
It's a random guy I picked up at Home Depot. But that was like the random thing that just happened to me. Like I said, I was there until midnight just talking to this guy like, what if they're real bones, man? What if they're not cow bones? And the guy like started getting into like this whole conspiracy, like, no, somebody wanted to frame me.
It's the fucking aliens, dude. The serpentine people, they planted it here because they want my money.
They want my ass.
They want my anus. They want my anus so bad.
They want to harvest us for lithium. So, but nah, man, like it was just crazy because he kind of got into it. We were there like for for a while, just like, this is crazy, man. Like, did you not check on the fucking like the news or something about this land? Nah, man. I just know that there's been reports of bodies and oh man, dude, what if, dude? Like he started getting nervous too. But once we talked to the sheriffs and all that stuff, they let us know like, nah, those are cow bones. You guys are cool. I just guess y'all can continue digging. Let us know if you find anything else. And I got back on the skid steer, and I remember like scraping it a little bit. More bones popping out, and they were like, cow bones, pointing down at it, cow bones. You're good. I'm like, all right, cool. But I got out and I told the guy, you all right with me coming back another day? He's like, yeah, no, it's all right, man. I know it's really late, so just leave this skid steer here, take the key home, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. God damn, that's a fucking story. That's a story.
It threw me out. It was just one of those like what the fuck moments for me. It was a what the fuck moment. Like, what the fuck did I just find?
Then you got home and then you start fucking hearing shit in your sleep. So you fucking little footsteps running around and shit.
I don't know, just
Oh shit! Fucking ghost cow. Ghost cow.
You dug us up. Fuck.
Let us sleep.
Eat more chick.
Eat cheese.
Chick.
Chocolate milk.
That's how long it's been, man. That's how long it's been.
Oh, that's a hell of a story there, my friend. I was about to say my guy. God damn, he's been hanging around with you too damn much.
Yep.
Okay. Well, anyways,
It's contagious.
yeah, it is. So I don't know. Anyways, moving on. So obviously I was sick, so I haven't played shit. Maybe a few matches of Magic and shit. What have you been playing, Manuel?
I actually been delving into my game library. I actually got back into Fallout 4 for a little bit. Kept playing this War of Mine and Dead by Daylight.
Ooh.
Got back into Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight's a good one.
Yeah. Got back into it for a little while, and I gotta say, I suck. I suck.
Are you a killer or a survivor?
I like to play killer more.
Okay, that's what I mean. Which one do you like to play more?
I am sadistic, so like, I mean,
We are mentally disturbed.
Yeah, mentally disturbed. So, but I mean, like when I'm playing Survivor, I do my best.
Yeah.
My best. I don't point the killer into where the other survivors are at.
Oh, you don't do that?
No, I don't.
Oh, I do that.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'm a survivor. So, I mean, we don't have to get, I mean, it's been out for, how long has Dead by Daylight been out? We don't have to give too much details.
No, I mean, it's been out for a while.
It's been out for like at least 10 years.
It's gotten a lot of freaking updates. And that's something that I actually wanted to mention too, that a lot of the characters that I used to play as, a lot of the killers also, they got nerfed hardcore, dude. Nerfed from the last time I played. And it's only been like maybe a couple of months that I played the game. There's the new character that just came out, the new killer, which is Springtrap.
Okay.
And for those of you that are not familiar with it, Springtrap is from Five Nights at Freddy's. He's the golden rabbit that you see throughout the game. He's the new killer. He's pretty badass. He's OP as fuck. OP. And for those of you that don't know what OP means, it's overpowered.
Overpowered, yes.
Overpowered. He's just, for a fucking contraption that in the game, his original game walks a step at a time really slowly.
Mm-hmm.
And Dead by Daylight, he's fucking fast as fuck. For a heavy piece of machinery, he's fast as fuck, man.
Damn.
But he's a pretty badass killer. I'm thinking of buying him.
Really?
Thinking of buying him. He seems pretty dope. But other than that, like, I feel like there's a lot of characters that they're just nerfing, and then another one comes out overpowered, and then nerf.
Well, that's usually how it is. Just like in fighting games, when a new fighter comes out, they're usually like overpowered. But fighting games, they gotta keep it up like constantly, because fighting game community, it's an online. Well, Dead by Daylight's an online game too. The fighting community, it's more like you got a bunch of nerds bitching like heavily about characters being overpowered and shit.
Well, I mean, that's in every game. Just because somebody finds an exploit with certain combos, like for example, when I was into Soul Calibur, which Soul Calibur was Ezio in 4?
Yes,
the Assassin's Creed, they had him, and
which was badass, by the way.
He was a shitty fighter, but
it was the music. The music was
that's what made it badass. But they gave you the ability to create your own character and put one of the other characters that already exists, their fighting style, on your character. And the cool thing about this one is that they had Jin from Tekken.
Yeah.
So I put Jin's style on my character, but it was Devil Jin.
Oh, Devil Jin.
Devil Jin, yeah. So like I had the laser eye, the fucking wings and shit like that. And I did this combo that was just, it was gonna take off your whole life if I completed the combo.
I hate Tekken.
You do?
I fucking hate Tekken, dude.
I like it. I like it.
Tekken.
I fucking like Tekken because, like I said, that combo will remove like your life completely, like will deplete it.
Mm-hmm.
If I got the combo on you. And a lot of people hated me on fucking on Soul Calibur 4 because of that. Fucking, you fucking bitch, you fucking playing as Jin, a fucking overpowered character. I'm like, if it's so overpowered, why is it in the fucking game? Like, I mean, I found a combo that works. You're the one that's stupid enough for standing there and taking it. That was usually my argument.
Yeah.
Because there would be times that I would lose. I'd take the L, dude. Like, oh shit, he got me. Rematch. All right, cool. until I won. Rematch? No, fuck you.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah, so like that's why I'm saying like when I see something overpowered in games, I kind of get what you're saying. Like, yeah, it's a new character. They want to make it as badass as they can, so you'll play as it, and they're just not something that, hey, here's a new character, and then it gets tossed to the side.
Yeah.
Because another game that does that was Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, you're right.
When Banjo and Kazooie came out, they were OP as
yeah, they
fuck.
got busted.
Ass fuck. But eventually they got thrown to the side. It didn't even last long before they got thrown to the side.
Yeah, no, not at all.
So I can see where you're coming from. I can see where you're coming from.
Well, what do you think's better, Soul Calibur or Tekken?
That is a good question.
I'm gonna go with Soul Calibur.
You're gonna say Soul Calibur?
I'm more Soul Calibur than Tekken. I hate Tekken.
That's well. I mean, I like Tekken. I like Tekken. Soul Calibur for me, it's like more of a. It's got its little spot in my heart because of like
the Dreamcast version.
Not the Dreamcast, the GameCube.
Oh yeah, with Link. Yeah.
But then Xbox got Spawn, and then PlayStation got Heihachi.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, dude, fuck yeah. And then of course they ported it over to the Wii, and you had all three of them.
Yeah, you had all three of them.
You had all fucking three of them. So I'm gonna go with Tekken.
Tekken?
Yeah, I just feel like the characters are more diverse in the aspects of like their fighting styles are way different.
Yeah, big time.
It's not the same thing where like you've button mashed with one, you button mash with the other one, you got a combo down. No.
Yeah.
You had to like find their combo. Somebody getting their ass beat outside?
All right, yeah. Sadly, there's no one getting their ass beat.
Yeah. All I heard was just like grunting and like wow. Somebody got their ass beat out there?
But back to, so I said Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
You were with Tekken.
Yeah.
So here's another one.
Okay.
Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Really?
Yeah, I've had more of a connection with Mortal Kombat than I have with Street Fighter.
Don't tell me it's because of the gore.
Well, apart from the gore, it's like, because you got to remember that Mortal Kombat back in the day, they're the reason we have an ESRB rating. They are the reason.
That's true too.
Yeah, so I've had more of a connection with Mortal Kombat in the aspects that like Street Fighter, yeah, you had fun, you played it with your family, yeah, so on and so forth. Mortal Kombat, it was hard.
Yeah.
So you put more effort into that game to learn the combos, learn stupid moves, so on and so forth. Not to mention that no matter what, none of them on Street Fighter, the moves, you can go onto like the pause menu or like the control settings to find out the moves for each character. Mortal Kombat, you didn't get any of that. You had to figure them out yourself.
Yeah, you had to figure them out yourself.
So
right.
That's what I'm saying. Like Mortal Kombat had more of a connection with me, at least
for you.
For me, yeah.
Okay, me, I'm more Street Fighter.
I'll get to Street Fighter that it's been here for that.
Yeah, it's been here, and that's where like you really start to like get people that are gonna hate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Street Fighter's no joke when it comes to battling people.
Oh no.
Like it's no joke.
Although with the Mortal Kombat tournaments, I've seen some rage.
Oh yeah.
Motivators, like bad. Like I remember at one GameStop, they had a tournament for Mortal Kombat. We were like there, and it was hilarious because there was this little kid, like I'm gonna say maybe like around 9-10 years old, and he joined the tournament. We were kind of like, we got a little kid here about to play Mortal Kombat against us. He's gonna get demolished. Well, he kept on doing the Liu Kang kicks, the bicycle kicks.
Oh, okay, the bicycle kicks.
Yeah, he kept on doing it, and he beat like 3 guys. And those 3 dudes were like, what the f-? Like, they were getting mad.
They're getting pissed?
They were getting pissed, dude. I'm like, man, it's just a kid. Calm down. I'm pretty sure you got a combo that you can do. Nope. They kept on getting their ass kicked by this kid. He made it to not the semifinals, but before, the elimination final, I guess you could call it, the elimination area. And I made it to the semifinals, but that's where I lost. And then at the finals, it was these two chicks.
Oh, well.
They both played as Sindel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they both played as Sindel, and they had some pretty crazy combos. I will say that. But it was a good tournament. Just seeing those guys, just like, what the fuck? And everybody just looked at him like, you got your ass kicked by a 9-year-old.
So I have a story of 2, like, it's not why I hate Mortal Kombat, but it was one of the ones that really fucked with me, and I still think about it to this day. Back in high school, I had a friend and we would go chill at his place and play video games. Well, one time he had a party, but in the back room, which was his room, people were playing Mortal Kombat, and he had the old school one on Sega Genesis, I believe, like Mortal Kombat 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, 3 old.
Yeah, I think it was 2. I believe it was,
load of characters.
yeah.
That's 3 Ultimate.
Okay, so 3.
Yeah.
So like I remember I got put up against a chick, right?
Mm-hmm.
And me, granted, like I wasn't like the badass fighter I am at this day and age like I am, but I know some combos, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they got me put up against this one chick, and all she was doing was the low kick move, like just the low kick move, the sweeping,
the
sweeping.
Nuts, yeah.
And like that's all she was doing. That's all she was kicking my ass. And like this is how salty I was getting, because I was like, you know, there's more buttons, right? You know, there's more buttons. And she's like, yeah, but this season work, but you acknowledge, right, that there's more buttons.
More buttons.
Yeah, there are. Like, I'm like such a sore loser. I'm like, you know, there's more buttons, right? You know, there's more buttons. You don't have to just do the one move.
You know, you can fuck up, right?
But that's my story about Mortal Kombat 1 I remember. But I'm Street Fighter.
Well, then there's also the people that will use E Honda or Blanca in the old school games.
Blanca, dude.
Yeah, with the little shot.
Lightning.
Yeah. And then E Honda with this fucking head missile bullshit.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like in every fighting game there's a character like that.
Yeah, there's always that spam move character.
Spam character. Like we talked about it not too long ago on for Killer Instinct. The people that use Glaciers and those fucking little
little missiles. Yeah,
that's one of them. Who else? Not the Dark Jago.
Oh, Shadow Jago.
Shadow Jago. There you
Shadow Jago
had that fucking kick.
Yeah.
That one. Let's see.
I hate characters like Dawson with the long reach, the arms.
The stretch.
Like, I hate characters like that.
See, the stretching from Dawson, Blanca's Shocky.
Yeah.
Honda's headbutt. The Yoga Fire.
That's Dawson.
Yeah, that's
Yoga Fire. Yoga Fire.
And then, of course, Ryu and Ken. Hadouken.
Oh, Hadoukens. The Shoryukens. Yeah, Hadouken.
Chun-Li's little...
Oh, or, fuck. I don't know the name, but her little fireball?
Yeah.
Or her kicks, where people would spam her kicks.
Yeah. Fucking hated that shit. The only time I thought Chun-Li was cool was when Jackie Chan played her. That was pretty badass. I'm not going to say City Hunter. That is fucking... Oh, man. I had that on VHS. We had recorded it on a blank VHS.
Oh, back in the day?
Yeah. Recorded it from a TV. I think it was on, I can't remember the channel that it was on, but...
TNT.
Yeah.
That's old as fuck. Yeah, I don't even think that's around no more.
How long did it exist for?
A good while.
We recorded it, so we got, like, the beginning when he's waking up and shit like that. We didn't get the full beginning of it, but we got the whole movie. For the most part. And we had that VHS for the longest fucking time, dude. We moved, we always found it. Moved to another house, found it. Moved to another house, found it. That tape survived like at least maybe 2 decades.
Damn.
20 years, dude.
Fuck.
I don't know where it's at right now, but wherever it is, fuck. I hope somebody finds it and makes good use of it.
Dude, it's crazy because the market for VHS, it's not crazy, but it's more than you would think.
I mean, I would understand in the aspects of it being retro.
Well, that plays into it.
And, like, I keep on forgetting which movie it was where the cover for it was a certain cover. You know the Mandela effect when you remember a certain thing, it comes out to be another way. Well, when with this cover, a lot of people were saying like, "Oh, it looked like this," but nobody knows anymore until somebody popped out. No, y'all were right. It did have this, but they revamped it to make it look different. And I'm trying to remember what fucking movie it was. It was a Disney movie.
Disney movie.
It was a Disney movie. The cover of the movie looked one way at the beginning when they first made it. And then they revamped it to make it look a little different, which caused the Mandela effect across.
The Mandela effect. That's something to fucking talk about. That shit's fucking the Berenstein.
The Berenstein or Berenstein.
Berenstein Bears.
Berenstein.
Hey, I used to read those books. That shit was dope.
That's what I'm saying. I used to too back in elementary when I was like, what, in first, second grade?
Yeah, first, second, third.
Yeah. And I remember Berenstein. That's what I...
No, I remember that too.
But then a lot of people are like Berenstain.
Yeah,
Stein, or whatever.
Stein.
Whatever that fucking book. But I remember those books fondly, dude. Like they were some good reads, man.
Those are the best reads. One of my favorite. That and Goosebumps. Goosebumps.
And then they made them choose your own adventure Goosebumps.
Yeah, I never did those.
You never did?
No, I never.
Those were interesting books.
Were they?
Yeah, they were interesting. Like picking, like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna do this, and then go to page so and so. You died. What the
No,
fuck?
you're dead. You're dead.
You dead. That was the first Dark Souls.
Dark Souls game.
Dark Souls. Let me see. Well, there was a lot of fucking Mandela effect moments.
Well, one of the big major ones, and I know we're going off topic, but who cares?
Yeah, this is Bison Lounge.
Bison Lounge. We're just getting into whatever yeah, who gives a fuck? But the one of the big ones, and to me, I don't remember it, but like my ex-wife and certain people remember it, the Shazam movie.
Sinbad.
Yeah. See, I don't remember that.
I do.
I remember Kazam with Shaq, which we all know that is a movie.
Yeah.
But the one with Sinbad, which is supposedly another Shazam or Kazam or some shit like that.
It's like he was a genie.
Yeah, it's the same concept.
Yeah.
The same concept as the one with Shaq, except it's Sinbad.
I don't know, man. I remember that.
But you see, that's what I'm saying. I don't, but a lot of people I met say and go like, dude, I remember that movie.
Yeah, dude. I know for a fact there was a Sinbad movie called either Shazam or something like that, where he was a genie also. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, these Mandela effects fuck with your head so bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just better to say, like, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. And
Sometimes I just wonder if we're just so old that people are just making this stupid bullshit up just to fuck with us older generation.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Fucking Gen Z and shit. Like,
yeah, like Gen Z.
Wait, we're millennials, right?
Oh, yeah, we're millennials.
We're millennials. Yeah, because my brother's considered Gen X.
Yeah.
Now, Gen X has some interesting shit to say. I'll give them that. Gen X has some funny shit to say.
Like what? Gas was like 25 cents?
Yeah. 99 cents for a full tank of gas.
Yeah, for a full tank of gas. Hell yeah.
Fuck. And now in this fucking economy, that would be lovely, man. Like, how much does your truck spend, dude?
For me and my routine, my regular routine for the week, meaning going to work, it's about like 60 to 80 bucks a week.
Which is not...
It's not too bad.
Not too bad for what...
Especially for what I'm driving.
Yeah, for what you're driving, which is what, V8?
Yeah, V8,
yeah,
50.
So that's really fucking good. For me, that I have a V6 Tacoma, I'll fill it up with $50, and it'll last me like about, depending on like what clients I have, about a week.
Mm-hmm.
About like by Thursday or Friday, I'm already filling the tank up again.
Oh shit! Yeah, but you move around more than me. Like I just go to work. You work everywhere.
Yeah, all over. Well, I mean, the farthest I've ever gone is Dallas.
Damn, dude, that's a hell of a fucking drive.
Well, I mean, the only way I'm gonna make those drives if it's like worth the money.
Yeah.
Because the one thing that a lot of people don't know is like I do charge for the
gas.
Trip. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have to.
You have to charge for the trip, dude. Because I tell my clients, I'm from San Antonio. If I'm going to go all the way out there, it's going to cost you.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's like I always tell people, I work with you the best way I can.
Yeah.
But at least let me go home happy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I want to go home with you happy with the price and me happy with the money I made.
Yeah, of course.
So I let them know everything in advance. Just earlier, I was having, like, how I told you, I was having a lot of bids. One of the clients, I let them know, like, for all the work that you're going to give me, I'll tell you what, usually I charge like 9, I'll charge you 7. You know, I'm going to be cool. I'm going to like shave some money off of this part, shave some money off of that part because it's like not tedious stuff. It's quick. And I'll leave it for 700. Oh, that's still too, my guy. If you hire an actual like GC, general contractor, to come do this,
oh yeah,
you're going to be paying triple when I charge you, my guy. So
a lot.
I mean, it's up to you. Oh, well, this guy would charge me 500. Then go with that guy.
Yeah, go with that guy.
Go with that guy. I'm not going to compete with that.
I mean, shit's probably going to break in another month or two, but yeah, go with that guy.
Go with that guy if that's what you want. So that's what I usually tell my clients. It's not that I don't want their business. It's just that, like, hey, if somebody can beat my price when I'm charging you pennies to the dollar,
yeah,
go for it, man.
Yeah,
go for it.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's what they call the what do they call it? Corporate America.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Or business.
Business, yeah, business, yeah.
That's how business
more like
works.
up there with Wall Street and the stocks and shit like that.
Which I love.
Yeah.
I wish I was fucking up there with like that. Fucking mastermind at stocks and shit.
You want to be the Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah. Snipping cocaine off girls' asses, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Was any of this legal? Absolutely fucking not.
That's what makes it better.
That's what makes it better.
So on to back to getting to the video games thing. So I wanted to talk about a few things I came across when it comes to video games.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring up, and this is just something I saw, and I hope it's not true, but it probably is. God of War, which you already know, I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
I love the last two God of Wars, even though Ragnarok, not as good as the one before.
I'm surprised, but okay.
Yeah, Ragnarok was good.
Yeah.
But they fucked up when they let you play and you had to play Atreus. I don't give a fuck about that kid. He's a great side character. I don't care to play him.
Well, who did you prefer, Freya or Atreus?
Oh, Freya, dude. Freya's my fucking mama, dude.
Yeah?
That's my fucking witch mama.
You killed her son.
So what? She still wants Kratos' dick.
She wants that dick.
She wants that dick. She wants the God of War's dick, dude. She's like, put some war in my fucking my anus.
She a goddess?
Yeah, she's a goddess. Oh, she's a retired goddess.
A retired goddess.
Yeah, so she's pretty much a witch now.
Oh,
Technically, she still is a god.
So what was she like a goddess of?
She was I forgot what she was a goddess of. I think she was like a goddess of the forest and shit like that. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Not like Zeus or fucking Odin or Thor. Not like no high ass title like that.
Well, okay. I see it. What? Wait, wasn't she Odin's wife?
Yeah, she was Odin's wife too. Was.
So then that means Baldur was
their son?
Son?
Yeah, they're his son. It's his son.
And you managed to kill Odin's son.
Yeah. I mean, it's God of War. He kills gods, so he killed Odin.
But you weren't able to kill Thor.
No, you could. You were. But then, spoiler alert, Odin did it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Odin kills Thor in the Ragnarok. Spoiler alert.
That's right. Okay, yes.
Because technically, you were about to kill him. But because it was like, hey, you're a father just like me, we gotta stop this. And he's like, oh my God. After it's like one of those moments, like they're being the shell at each other, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, like the fucking Superman versus Batman. What about Martha? Martha.
Yeah, there you go. You're like, oh God, he's right.
My mother's name was Martha.
How did you know that name?
But okay, then that doesn't make. Never mind. Continue.
Yeah, exactly. Never mind. Anyways, going on.
Because I started remembering things. I'm like, wait a minute.
Mind blown.
Okay.
But anyways,
continue.
Going back to God of War. So they're making supposedly a new game, a spin-off God of War, a new Greek God of War game pushed to 2026. And this isn't with Kratos, which is already a fuck you. Even though I'm saying that, I'm probably still going to play it.
Yeah.
But still, I'm a fuck you, okay? It's going to be, let me see. Rumor is it's, oh shit, hold on, I got it right here. Give me a second. It's set in Greece before Kratos became a god, and it's starring Deimos, which was Deimos is his brother, Kratos' brother.
Like Hercules.
Yes.
Okay.
Except this is like actual bloodline. Well, technically Hercules is bloodline, but Hercules is his brother because his dad. Deimos is his brother because of the mom.
Okay.
So the mom was slutting it out.
Yeah.
Slutting it out.
She was laying it out there.
But hey, at least she got her son was a pretty iconic fucking figure.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was. But that's my little tangent. Like, it's bullshit because all the fans out there, Sean, if anyone's a God of War fan or even close, I hate it.
Okay.
Like, who the hell cares about his brother?
Well, I mean, I like when they put in, like, stories. Like, for example, how we were talking about Tulsa King. They're going to add
Samuel
Knowledge King, you know? Like,
yeah, which is Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, so, I mean, I like spin-offs like that.
But this is a series that's never really had a spin-off. They've never had a spin-off with a different character. It's always been Kratos.
It's always been Kratos.
And it's called a God of War.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is God of War again? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's Kratos.
Yeah, okay, I get where you're
His brother's not, so it's going to be what? God of Mortals? Or
well, they were all Spartans, weren't they?
I don't think his brother was a Spartan. So going lore-wise, and don't quote me, because his brother, which he was in a game, it was one of the PSP ones. I think it was the Chains of Olympus.
Yeah.
He's in it, and because you're looking for him or something, but his story is he was taken mistakenly thinking he was the God of War, and they sent him to hell, but really it was Kratos.
Right.
So this is, I don't, like they say, it's going to be before God of War, Kratos era, so it might be that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
going on how he ends up in hell and blah, blah, blah.
Tries to get out.
Yeah, tries to get out, but he stays there. And if I remember correctly, Chains of Olympus, you have to kill him, or you leave him anyways. It's either or. My mind's blurry. I haven't played it for years.
Well, I mean, then it's gonna be like sort of like a Grand Theft Auto thing. Grand Theft Auto when they did what was it, the fucking Lost and Damned?
Yeah.
Okay, so the main character for that one is Johnny Clevitz. Johnny Clevitz dies at the beginning of 5. Trevor fucking bashes his head in
Okay.
and shit like that. For Grand Theft Auto, I believe you played not Liberty City, Vice City Stories.
Okay.
You play as Victor Vance. He dies at the beginning of Vice City. He's the guy that's dealing with Tommy and giving him the coke and all that stuff.
But it's a side DLC.
Not a DLC. It was its own standalone game.
Oh, it was its own standalone game?
Vice City Stories is a standalone game.
Oh, okay. Well, I can...
Same thing. Same thing with Liberty City. You play as Tony Cipriani.
Mhm.
Grand Theft Auto 3, you work for Tony Cipriani.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's why I say I kind of like I do like these spin-offs because...
So you're a sucker for spin-offs?
I'm a sucker for lore.
Okay.
Lore,
Okay.
because
I respect that.
It adds backstory to stuff.
Okay.
You know? And then when it's a Grand Theft Auto game where, like, a lot of people don't care about the story, where they're just saying, I just want to steal cars and kill people.
Me.
Well, there you go. There, the perfect example. You're into that. But, I mean, for me, I like doing that shit, too. But at the same time, I like a good story that sucks me into the game. That's why I was a big fan of Last of Us. Big fan of it.
Okay, yeah. Last of Us was good. I give you that.
The second one,
Yeah, that's what I hear. I haven't played. I don't care to play it either.
I mean, I would tell you to play it because just so you can understand why people started hating it, just so you can understand. And it wasn't because of the gameplay. It was just the way they went in the story.
Okay.
People just started bitching about it, like, oh, they went this way with it. This is so stupid. And of course, they killed one of the main fucking badasses.
One of them, the main.
The main character. Well, yeah, the main character. Joel, spoiler alert, for those that I haven't played, but it's common knowledge now. It's out there.
Yeah, it's been out for a few years.
Yeah, so, but
you're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome out there. You're welcome, internet. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm gonna give that a chance. I'm gonna give this God of War a chance if they're really making it, because I mean, I want to know whatever happened to him. I want to know what happened to Amos, because there was apparently one character that was supposedly a servant to Kratos in the Spartan army that pops out like twice in the series of God of War. And it was just someone that would get him his weapon and so on and everything. And he, you are my best. And
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's like his right-hand man, something like that.
Yeah, and even when he became a God of War, he was still there and he tells him, like, you were the best at her. Blah. He gave him his props, you know?
Kratos sucking another man's dick?
Yeah.
What?
What the fuck?
What the fuck? This dude must have some high honor for Kratos to be all like, that's my boy.
Another thing that I liked about the new God of War games is the old and the new is the voice actors.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big fan of voice actors and stuff like that, because the little thing about me is I always wanted to become a voice actor, but I never knew how.
Yeah.
Never knew what channels to take to become one. But yeah, no, the two voice actors are beasts.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them for Kratos are fucking beasts. The new one is fucking a badass.
Well, who would you say you prefer more?
Well, I'm always a big fan for like the old school, the originals. The original voice actor, he had that rasp.
Yeah, he had that raspy and ragey voice.
The rage. There you go. The rage of what Kratos is.
Yeah.
But of course, the new voice actor brought in the older Kratos, the one where he's already. I'm tired.
Yeah, he's tired.
I'm tired. I am the God of War. I became the God of War. I am done with that life. I just want to settle down.
Yeah, I just want to be alone.
Yes.
Watch over my boy.
Family. Yes, exactly. He gave Kratos that voice of who he was at that moment.
Yeah.
So I'm a very, very big fan of him. If they do make this new God of War, I'm wondering if they're gonna keep him in for side.
I hope
like little side, maybe like flashbacks or something. But who knows, man?
Well, maybe. I mean, they are eventually going to make a new one with Kratos.
I don't know. You don't think Ragnarok was a good ending for?
It was a good ending for that era.
Because he saw something. He saw that the board the prophecy
the
thing.
prophecy thing come to life,
and it made him like, it even made Kratos cry. He was looking at it. He started like freaking out and almost crying, dude.
But what people think and what I believe why they're gonna make another one is because God, not Demir. Wait, yeah, isn't it Demir the head character?
Whoa, oh, was that his name?
Demir, I can't remember his name, but the head.
Yeah.
He calls him head, but he has a name.
Yeah.
Well, he's the smartest man in the realms. He knows everything.
Right.
Well, at the end, he was saying how, like, yeah, these gods are dead, but there's more gods, meaning like Egypt and all the rest. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ might be the fucking bad guy in fucking the next one.
Holy fuck. Kratos going to go up against heaven and shit.
Then he fucking, dude, they fucking, yeah, dude, going against Satan and like fucking the, what is it? Not Bloody Mary. What is, Mary?
The Virgin Mary?
The Virgin Mary. Going against the Virgin Mary, and then he goes against Jesus Christ, and when he finally kills Jesus Christ, he nails him on the fucking cross. Bro, damn it, dude. I'm on it today. I'm telling you.
Shit.
I got nothing but ideas. Nothing but ideas, dude. It's fucking hammers nails on him.
I can see Egypt.
Yeah, I think Egypt's gonna be next.
God Ra,
Anubis, yeah,
all those the dead and shit.
Yeah,
so I can see that
the Black Plague and all that type of shit in there.
Locusts and shit.
The locusts, yeah, you're right.
I mean that would be pretty dope. It's gonna be kind of hard to put him into it because
not really. They could just do what they did with this one. They just threw him in there, and people are like, "Well, why is he?"
Didn't really just throw him in there. Kratos not ran away. He escaped Greece and that stuff because he didn't want to be part of that's because the gods never die. Even though he kills them, they come back.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Because how many times did you fucking kill Poseidon? How many times did you kill Zeus?
A good number.
Yeah. How many times did you kill Hades?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So it's when he went away from Greece and all that stuff, all the Greek mythology, he went over to the Ragnarok, which was all the Vikings and shit.
Yeah, the Vikings and shit.
To get away and live his life peacefully. But the reason he had to get into this war is because he smashed a giant, which
he didn't know.
Yeah. So later on,
which is a red flag.
Apparently to them, like, another god is trespassing into our fucking.
Yeah.
We have some fucking problem.
Yeah.
So what I think is gonna happen, and I know you're gonna hate it.
I will.
Is gonna be they're gonna go with Atreus.
God, I hope
you're gonna be playing as Atreus. Which this is what I love about it. When you play as Atreus, which is Ragnarok, correct?
Yes.
He tries to do the shit that his dad does. You know how breaks the chests open.
Yeah.
He tries it. He does a little Easter where he brings it. Oh, well, and then they just open it. So
pathetic.
I feel like if he's the one that's going to take this trip, it's going to be a trip somewhere to Egypt to where they're going to be like, what is this god trespassing into?
Our territory.
And that's where shit goes down in Egypt. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
So it won't be Kratos anymore. It would be Atreus, and it would make more sense because remember, what does Kratos tell Atreus when he leaves?
I'm with you or some bullshit like that? What?
Loki leaves.
Atreus stays, which is the so stupidest fucking line.
Are you fucking?
I hated that line. I was like, shut up.
That was heartfelt for me. Then again, I am a father myself.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Yeah, I get that. I get that, I guess.
I am a father myself. So, like, dude, if I were to say that to my son, my God, dude, if I found out somehow my son was part god or something like that, a demigod.
A demigod?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, I mean, dude, both my sons have, like, well, in all honesty, destroyer names.
Well, I'm not going to tell you. Say.
Well, no, I mean, Broly. Mm-hmm. The legendary Super Saiyan, and of course my youngest Azrael.
Azrael, yes.
The I believe it was called the god. He's the god of death.
Okay.
Which I didn't know.
That's a different. See, I think of a different Azrael, but I know who that is too.
Yeah. So like, well, which one are you thinking of?
Well, the Azrael I'm thinking. I'm a comic book nerd.
Yeah.
So Azrael, there's a character called Azrael in the comic book world, DC. He's who takes Batman's place when Bane breaks Batman's back. Bruce Wayne.
Wasn't he from Ra's al Ghul or something like that?
No,
No.
he's like some fucking assassin dude. I never knew too much about it, but I know the name because again, I read comics and I read a lot of Batman comics, and
Yeah, no.
he took Batman's place for a period of time. Yeah,
Right. Did he have like some sort of like Ankh thing on him or something?
yeah, he had like some like he at first was wearing the Batman regular suit,
Yeah.
but then he kind of started getting too much into the character, so he pretty much made like a mecha iron type man Batman suit with claws and shit.
Yeah. So
that's my Azrael.
Okay, no, yeah,
Which is still badass.
yeah, hell yeah. And see, I didn't know that my son's name went to that. I just because I was thinking of naming him Raziel from Soul Reaver.
Okay.
But of course,
Soul Reaver.
Yeah, I love that game. The fucking Legacy of Kain.
Yeah.
Legacy
of Kain, of course,
dude.
of course.
Well, my son's middle name is Kane.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Because I got Azrael like it's sort of like an anagram from like Raziel. What can I get it from? Blah blah blah. Azrael. And then later on, somebody tells me like, I was talking to this person and I tell them like, yeah, my youngest son's name is Azrael, and they're like, I'm like, what's the gas for? And he's like, you know what that means, right? I'm like, that Azrael? I'm like, no, that's the god of death. I'm like, oh, dope. Fucking A.
You make him sound all Indian and shit. Like, I hear that he is the god of death.
I am John Redcorn.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Yes. But no, dude. Like, fuck yeah, dude. I'd be totally down for like something like that for a new God of War game. So you're playing as Deimos now. You heard that sort of through the grapevine of which kind of like leads me back into like, and I'm pretty sure people are like already sick of hearing about.
I'm not.
Resident Evil 9.
I'm not, but I am too because I don't like the character. But yes.
Well, here's the thing, dude, and they made sense with this this interview that they made where like they're asking the creator of the game, or not the creator, blah, 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 blah. Okay, here you go. The director, Koshi Nakanishi, he basically explained the reason that they're doing this new character, because Grace, being part of the FBI, she has skills with the handgun, she has skills in dealing with sort of stuff like that, but she's not used to this type of work.
Yeah.
And the reason that they said that they didn't put Leon in is because they want to bring back the horror. He was saying that Leon is not a good pick for a horror game right now, which would make sense.
Well, I could agree with that in a sense.
Because
he's trash.
No, fuck. Yeah, okay, you want to start this right now, but no, I'm not gonna fall into your.
Don't do this.
I'm not gonna fall into your trap. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna light another cigar because of this shit. By the way, good choices, man. Good choices.
Oh, yeah.
That freaking landlord was delicious.
Yeah. So, our choices for today, which I know I've had a few people say, why don't you ever talk about the cigars you smoke? So, I'm not a crazy cigar guy. Like, there's a lot more professionals. Yes, we do smoke cigars, obviously, in the lounge. It's a good mix with the whiskey. You need a lighter?
The lighter.
The cutter. But,
this feet cut is pretty bold.
Yeah.
Dude.
So, right now we just smoked the Landlord, which is a good snubby type cigar. And to anybody that did not know, the snubbies are the more better ones. You would think the longer cigars are the way to go, but it's usually the snub ones that are really, because they're packed in there. So that's a little, to people who've been asked about cigars, that's a little fact.
And we had a somebody asked us about like we would like a sort of like a class onto how to enjoy a cigar, how to smoke it, how to light and all that stuff, and we are going to do that sometime in the future. We're trying to get ourselves settled so we can do a live, we can do a visual show on how this stuff is done. And of course we want to start making y'all enjoy our ugly mugs.
Of course.
Eventually you guys are going to like get to see our ugly mugs, enjoy our ugliness.
Hide your wives.
Hide your wives, so that sort of thing. But yeah, no, absolutely. We're going to show off our cigar skills.
Well, going back to what you were saying.
Going back to what I was saying about Resident Evil 9, he was basically saying that the reason Leon and even Chris himself would not be a good pick for a horror game is because these guys are grizzled veterans, dude.
Exactly.
These guys are ready to go at the first sign of danger. So, like, if you're trying to make a horror game, how are you going to put the horror game
You're putting top tier characters
with,
in like
with the top tier character that like the moment like let's say something falls, like a bucket gets knocked over by a rat or something like that, they're going to turn around ready to shoot.
Yeah.
As for when it comes to Grace that is not used to this sort of thing,
What was that?
She's going to freak. Yeah, exactly. She's going to freak and she's going to like start trying to like, you know, like make sense of things. Like, oh, what was that? She's going to be jumpy.
Yeah, jumpy.
Which is going to cause the player themselves to be jumpy also. So that's what that's what he was trying to explain, that this is the reason why Leon's not the main character. They know that they've overhyped him the fuck out, that he's going to be in the new game and he's going to have, like, they understand that, but they got to also understand that we're trying to go back to our horror roots. We want the players to be jumpy and, like, ready to freak out, or what's in that corner. I'm scared to go around that corner of that hallway. That's why Leon was not the main character in this game. And they put Ashcroft. Ashcroft was that her name?
I don't know. Her got a name to like
Grace, basically Grace. Grace Ashcroft. She was a good fit for a renewed horror focus. He even said she's introverted and easily scared, which is a new type of character for the Resident Evil series. They want to start adding more.
Okay.
Because we're used to Leon. We're used to Chris. We're used to Wesker. We're used to Jill. We're used to Claire.
Okay.
We're used to all those characters. How about we start going and adding a new roster of people, you know?
I get it. I respect it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, basically he was saying we wanted someone that experienced horror from the same perspective as the player. He continues by saying she learns to overcome her fears throughout the course of the story, but she's also an analyst for the FBI who's trained with guns and is able to act with calm, deductive reasoning.
Okay.
So they wanna bring the new characters so players can be in the same shoes as the characters themselves.
I get it. I understand.
So that's what they're trying to do. That's why a lot of people that are like trying to dissect the game, like, where's Leon at? Is Leon gonna be in here? You see his truck broken down in the ruins of the Raccoon City Police Department. You see him there, so people are still thinking like Leon's gonna be in there. He's gonna be in there. He's gonna be dude.
Well, yeah. I mean, I did too.
But I feel like maybe they're gonna do it like they did it with Chris in this last two, where he's just part of the DLC. Hopefully, which. Again, I love my pugilists, my fist fighters. If they put another DLC with the guy that beats the shit out of the monsters, that will be so fucking dope. Because that was a good fucking DLC. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, it was.
I loved it. The fact that, like, when you meet your first monster, the dude just puts up his dukes. I'm like, okay, there is nothing more badass than that. You see a monster, and your first thought is like pick up a weapon or something. This dude said, nah.
Mine will be run.
Oh, fuck this shit. I'm about to beat the shit out of this bitch. I'm like, yes, my guy right there.
Falcon punch.
Yes, there you go. Falcon punch. Falcon kick. People hate me because of that fucking.
I fucking hate that kid.
Not the Falcon punch, the Falcon kick.
The Falcon kick?
Yeah, the Falcon kick.
Okay.
Yeah, people hate me because of that fucking. But anyways, getting off track.
So, going off Resident Evil, meaning we're getting off Resident Evil, just give the people a break. Because, you know, we've been talking shit. We're fanboys for Resident Evil, obviously. But here's something I came across which doesn't surprise me, and we don't have to get too much into it. It's just something I thought was funny. So the whole gorilla versus 100 mans thing, well, they actually made a game where it's a gorilla versus 100 guys.
Okay.
Yeah. And you're the gorilla, I believe, fighting, and I believe it's a VR game.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense, right?
Sense, yeah.
And you're just fighting off 100 dudes.
Okay.
I think you're like on an island and shit with 100 guys, and you got to take them all out.
This is perfect. Is it on the meta, or do you know how it's on?
I don't know. I just heard about it the other day. So it might not be fully released, but I know that it is coming, or it's already out. But it's not like a big AAA game. It's
yeah. No, I mean, nothing. There hasn't been a AAA game on VR. There hasn't. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of people regret buying a VR because of that reason.
Because there's no AAAs?
There's no AAAs, dude. But then again, like, I like the VR and the aspects that they have. Medal of Honor. You have what was that name? Hot Zone or something like that, where you're like sort of like in a John Wick style gun fu game.
Hot Fuzz? Oh, wait, no, that's a movie.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a movie, my guy. But they have some fun games.
Okay.
That's what they have. Are they like out there that everybody knows about them?
No. More than likely not.
Yeah. Are there channels that tell you about these, which I follow myself? Yes.
Of course.
Yes. Like Green Hell. Green Hell wasn't a triple A. I'd give it a double A. I'd give it a double A because it was a pretty, not well known, but it was known, just like The Forest. And they moved it onto the VR, which is fun.
Okay.
I love it. I would say, Resident Evil 4 was on the fucking VR.
Yeah.
And that game was fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah, but it's been ported everywhere.
That's one of the things that kind of like gets...
Slut.
Yeah. It's the slut of the consoles.
Yeah, it is.
It basically is. But other than that, like, now, do you think, let me get your personal opinion on this, do you think they're going to put the remastered Resident Evil 4 on VR?
I'm surprised they did it, to be honest. If they did it to the original, I don't know why they haven't to the new one, the remake.
I feel like the VR can't take the...
You don't think so?
I don't think it can, dude, because some of the games that I see on VR, they're kind of like questionable when it comes to the graphics.
Okay.
Questionable. But that is the meta. There's also the Oculus. God damn it. It's from Steam. They have their own VR. Forgot the name of it, but that's another one that's good. Man, we forget the name of a lot of shit, dude. When it comes to recording, we forget everything. There's a lot of VRs. LTC has one. The Steam has one.
Doesn't Apple have one?
Apple has a VR, but I don't know if they're meant for games.
Oh yeah, you're right. I don't think it's games.
I think it's just
porn. It's just porn.
It's just porn. I don't even think, because remember, Apple never had Flash. Ha.
That's true.
So that'll be kind of hard. I just feel like VR has so much potential, but you kind of have to look for it, and I think you have to like kind of put it out there to request it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, dude. I feel like if they knew RE9, because RE7, okay, I played that VR on PlayStation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. It was on there.
It was a trip, dude. It was a trip because everything that you go through in the game, you go through in the PlayStation VR. But you're more in depth with everything because you can literally... I remember finding items under tables and shit.
Okay, yeah.
That in the regular game,
you
didn't see. So I was like, okay, this works, but why isn't it on the meta?
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so that's the sort of thing that, you know, it sucks about the new headsets, the Meta 3, Meta 2. They didn't have like AAA titles like RE7, RE8. Hopefully, maybe RE9 will be ported into the Meta 3 or something like that.
Maybe.
Because I would definitely buy it. Definitely.
And then I borrow it.
Yeah, no, I'd let you borrow it. I remember you were getting into it when I let you use it.
I was sweating like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
God damn.
I was surprised. I was surprised you were sweating, man.
I was fucking sweating like a motherfucker, dude. It's like turn dodging and weaving. Like I was Charles Barkley on the fucking court.
Well, let me ask you this. Would you be down to play Devil May Cry VR?
That would be hard. That would be fucking hard.
The swing jump. Oh, fuck. I got the nunchucks.
God, yeah, I can only imagine the workout for a fucking Devil May Cry game.
That's what I'm saying, dude. But you'd be down for that because...
I'd be down, but I'm sure I wouldn't finish it.
Well, I finished RE4 like countless times.
Yeah, but we're talking Devil May Cry.
No.
That's a melee game when you really think about it. Well, not melee, a slash. Hack and slash. There you go. Like,
yeah, but I mean, he has his guns.
He has his guns, but they're just, you know, chip damage. The guns are always chip damage.
True. Well, to continue the combo.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah, to continue the combo.
But they're still chip damage.
Yeah.
That's what they are. It's not like they're knocking back a fucking 10%. It's like 2%.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. But I mean, I feel like that would be fun.
No, I believe so too.
Yeah.
I believe it'll be really fun.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm down for that. But so one thing I did want to touch upon, me being a huge Red Dead Redemption fan.
Yeah.
So they don't know what it is yet, but the voice actor for John Marston, which if you don't know who John Marston is for Red Dead,
yeah.
I don't know where the fuck you've been, but John, the guy, I forgot his name, but the actor for John Marston said in the coming up weeks there's gonna be news involving Red Dead Redemption.
Okay.
So to me, of course, this is just me. I'm like, give me a teaser for part 3 or something. But what? Hold on. Give me a.
I'm already hating it.
Yeah, but from what a lot of people are saying and stuff, it's pretty much going to be a port of Red Dead 2 to the gens we have now, meaning like PS5 and what is it, Xbox? What? I don't know what the Xbox is now.
I don't even know.
But this generation of console.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. By the way, the voice actor's name is Rob Wadoff. I can think. Oh no, it doesn't make sense because if he's gonna be a part of it, it's got to be way before Red Dead Redemption 2.
That's the thing. You don't know.
Maybe it's like, you know how it starts off with they're looking for John Marston. Where the fuck did he go?
Yeah, where did he go?
Yeah, so like maybe it's gonna be like before that or something like that.
It could be like the chapter, like the incident, right?
Something like that.
That incident they talked about the whole time. That too, the scar he has. But I thought that was from the wolves.
Was it?
I thought that was from the wolves. That's why he had that scar, because he got fucking slashed by the wolves.
In the snow part.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
But I'm talking about the Black Water incident where it starts where they're fleeing pretty much.
That's what I was thinking too. Like they were robbing something and they kind of got caught up in it, and it's like the buildup.
Yeah, it's the buildup to that.
Yeah. I can see that, and it makes sense also because that's when John was barely getting into it.
That's when he was barely getting
into the gang. You know?
But he probably won't be the star. I mean, he'll be an active voice actor because he'll probably still be part of the gang because he was already in it, even in part 2, even if he's a new. But, I mean, who would it be? Like, the only person I'd say it could be is probably fucking, what's his name? Dutch?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, who else, right? But then again, like, Arthur wasn't even a character they brought up in the first Red Dead. He was a whole new character in part 2.
No, they talk about him in the first one.
Do they?
Yeah, they talk about him. Like, they talk about him. They just mention him.
Oh, okay.
That's it. I believe so, because even... What was the name of the chick that survived?
What chick?
On Red Dead Redemption 2?
Why? Honestly, I never beat it. Because I've always done nothing but side quests.
God damn it.
I got like 200 or something hours in it, and I'm not even close to being the story.
Yeah, and it's a good thing fucking Red Dead Redemption is not a level up game. If not, you'd be fucking overpowered.
Yeah, I'd be overpowered as fuck.
Well, I know she pops out in the second one as an older woman. And then, of course, when you play as Jack, she's all an old lady and shit talking about John.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I'm trying to remember her name. The one that, like, I think y'all kidnap at the beginning because the O'Driscolls kill her husband.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
So her. I don't know. Maybe it's her. Maybe you'll play as her or something like that.
Maybe.
It put the whole thing that they're doing now where they're putting female leads and all that stuff in new games.
Gotta hope not. Gotta hope not. Not for Red Dead. Not for a Red Dead game. Come on. What do you mean, why not?
Why not?
That was a different era. Like, women weren't as, not trying to be that guy, but they weren't as... I mean, you had your outlaw chick.
That's what I was going to say.
But Red Dead revolves around the gang. This gang we've known about. So I don't think they never once mentioned some badass chick.
True.
That's what I'm saying.
They had them. They had the badass.
Yeah, they had the badass chicks, but they were
in something past from. Yeah, that's true. Okay.
So that's what my point is.
I'll give you that. But let's see. So, is that all he said?
That's all he said. And the coming up weeks, there's gonna be something involving Red Dead.
Okay.
Red Dead news, pretty much.
Red Dead news. Okay.
Red Dead news.
Unless they're like gonna do they're gonna go down the Grand Theft Auto 5 route where they're just bringing in new shit for the online.
I don't know. I mean, it's possible. Or they're going to do an Undead 2. But then it'd be years, right? How long? It's been like about 5 years now, right? Maybe 6?
It's like you've mentioned before. Wait, years?
For Red Dead 2?
No.
It's been like 5-6 years by now.
It's been a while, but I mean, now that you mention it, I don't even remember how long it took for them to do Undead Nightmare. But it's like you've mentioned before, the zombie era thing is kind of like done and over.
It's a done thing.
I mean, I still play your zombie games here and there, but...
Thank you. Now you see it. It's an overdue staple.
It's just... Well, it's the new movie for... 28 years later.
Yeah.
I mean, it just came out and there was like kind of like a division between it. Isaac, our buddy Isaac, told me about it. And what he was telling me about it, I was like, no.
Yeah, see, I plan on seeing it because I love the first two.
Yeah, no, the
But
first.
I haven't seen it yet.
Even his son said, like, I think the second one's the best one.
Yeah, the second one was good. The second one was really good.
Yeah. His son did say, like, the second one was the best. But other than that, like, what I heard from what he told me, I was like, man.
It sounds like trash.
Sounds like trash. But, you know, you never know. You never know. I have to go see it. I can't. I'm the type of person that needs to give it a chance.
Of course.
What's going on. So
speaking about movies, one thing about so here, I don't know about Manuel, but I am a movie buff. I love movies. I love going to the theater still, even though it's a dying thing.
Thank you, Netflix.
Yeah, thank you, Netflix and Max and all you other ones. But they just announced that they're making and they're planning on, I mean, not planning because they're already making it, it's in development, a new Harold and Kumar movie.
Get the fuck out.
A new Harold and Kumar movie with the same actors. It's the same Harold and Kumar.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's crazy because, man, like, I love those movies. To me, it's like that's the stoner duo of an era. Like, it's like I say, like,
it's
you got
more modernized Cheech and Chong.
And Jay and Silent Bob.
Jay and Silent.
Yeah.
Don't even talk to me about Jay and Silent Bob right now.
Why?
Keep on going with what you're saying.
Okay.
I'll tell you more.
But yeah, they're in that, what I'd say, stoner duo film. Like, I loved Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
I loved Harold and Kumar. Like, it's hard to say, like, I think we did a versus before, but I think I'd go with Harold and Kumar over Jay and Silent Bob. And that's saying a lot because I love Jay and Silent Bob.
You asked, I believe it was Cheech and Chong versus Harold and Kumar.
And then it went with Jay and Silent Bob
and so on and so forth. But Harold and Kumar were like it was like an upgraded, not an upgraded, because for me, Cheech and Chong will always be the top.
Oh yeah, they're the golden
years of stoner.
Yeah,
stoners.
They were the era that started that.
Yeah, exactly, man. Now, the reason I'm saying don't talk to me about Jay and Silent Bob because I just saw the new Clerks.
There's a new Clerks?
Yeah, I just saw not recent. It's been out for a while, but I saw the new Clerks.
3?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't even know there's a 3.
There's a 3, dude.
And it sucks.
No. It was. I just feel it wasn't a
Jay and Silent Bob movie.
God.
I mean, I'm sorry, a Clerks movie, a Kevin Smith movie.
It was, dude, but like I just don't like the way it went, dude, because that ending was just. I'm not gonna lie to you, I cried.
Really?
I cried.
Who died?
I'm not gonna tell you because I want you.
It was what's his name? The asshole one, wasn't it?
I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you.
Dante. It was Dante. You already said that's your expression right there. It says I'm telling the truth.
Well, dude, it's one of them. It was one of them that died, and the way they go about it is just
heartbreaking.
Is
it like one of those? It's an armoire to the original Clerks thing.
So they tried to.
Okay.
They tried to do that, and they hit it. They hit the nail right on the head.
Okay.
So as the movie progresses, they're talking about the old times and so on and so forth, because you know how they got a new store.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they go along with that one, and it just starts getting worse because one of them suffers a heart attack. After that, they start, going like, oh, man, I had a near-death experience. We need to make some memoirs, so on and so forth, blah, blah, blah. And the ending is just the one that passes away. You're just like, dude, no. And the way it happens and how they lead up to it, you're like, oh, man, dude, there is no fucking way. Like, I'm pretty sure you'll run a tear down your cheek. You'll run a tear down your cheek, dude. Your cold heart, it's gonna unfreeze. I can tell you that right now, because I was like, no way, what the fuck, dude? And then they say the iconic line from the first one, I wasn't even supposed to be here.
I wasn't even supposed to be here today.
Yeah. So, dude, trust me, I'm gonna let you see it. I'm not gonna spoil it.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Watch it, dude. Watch it tonight if you can. Yeah. And then Discord, let me know what you thought about it.
I will. I'll do that, because now you got my interest. I didn't know there was a 3.
Yeah, no, so I think it was back in 2022.
Oh, yeah, that's a few years ago.
Yeah, so like 3 years ago. So
because that new Jay and Silent Bob they made, that one sucked.
Which one?
It was where they go to Comic-Con or some shit like that.
Yeah.
That one wasn't that good. I didn't like that.
I don't like that one.
I didn't like that one.
Okay.
I think that sucked. No offense to Kevin Smith. But yeah. I wasn't a fan of that.
Yeah, no, I mean, he makes good movies.
Oh, he does.
He does. There's just some of them that you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Mallrats is still one of my favorite movies ever. Yes, it is. I love Mallrats.
Is that the one where they're like in a race against time or something like that?
No, what the fuck are you talking about?
Which one's the?
Thinking about Bill and Ted?
No. They're on a rat race or something. Or
Rat Race? That's not a Kevin Smith movie.
no, what's it? Rat race?
Rat Race is where they pretty much go to a casino and get chosen to race across the country to get a bag full of like $2 million or some shit.
Yeah,
That's Rat Race.
where he's getting a drink. Lovitz is getting a drink, $1.
Oh yeah, $1.
Yeah. That one always stuck in my head for some fucking reason, dude. Just him going up to the machine, he's like, $1. And he gets it off. And then when he gets the Hitler car.
Oh yeah. Dude, that shit was funny.
That shit was fucking hilarious, dude. But anyways.
No, you're fine.
Total side tangent.
No, you're good. So one thing I wanted to touch on, I have another movie, but I wanted to get one more video game thing out of the hands. So Switch 2 came out, and I have it here. Yeah, everyone hates it. There's bad news. We cover that. But I believe it was a truck. There was a truck full of Switch 2 consoles, like a portable truck. You heard about this?
Isaac told me about it.
Dude, so 2,810 Nintendo Switch 2 consoles were stolen during transport, worth $1.4 million.
Yep, sounds about right. They did apparently from what Isaac told me is that they did it Fast and Furious style.
Fast and Furious?
Yeah, that they like, I don't know if some dude jumped onto the truck and like opened it up and they started like
just tossing it out driving.
Yeah, so that's what he told me. He's like, yeah, they did it Fast and Furious style. I'm like, what the fuck?
God damn, dude, these fucking kids these days.
I mean, scalpers, dude. It's scalpers. It goes back to the scalpers, dude. I wonder how that guy with the that opened up the store is doing.
Probably like shit now.
Well, I mean, did he close down already? Because nobody's gonna want to buy shit like that.
Like fucking scalping prices? No.
Fuck no. I mean, it's like I told you the other day. Like there was a fucking Switch 2 for like what, $1,200?
Yeah, $1,200.
Yeah. So like. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
We're passing the whiskey
around.
Good old Black Label, ladies and gentlemen.
For me, like Johnny Walker's like the go-to from when it goes to whiskey and stuff like that.
It's a good
Scotch whiskey.
It's a good Scotch whiskey. So anybody that hasn't tried, give it a shot.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I like my Suntory whiskeys. They're smooth. They're lovely. Hibiki, Toki, those are really good freaking whiskeys.
Toki's good. I like Toki, surprisingly.
Smooth. Dude. So, yeah, no, I recommend those. That's another reason I want to try, like, we're trying to get, like, the whole live, so we can enjoy a glass with the Bisons watching us. Enjoy a glass. Probably not to do too much product placement.
Oh yeah.
While we're doing the live, we'll probably have to cover up the labels and stuff like that. But
I'm pretty sure we will.
I'm not afraid to, like, put it out there. Like, for example, with Johnny Walker, I'm not afraid to put them out there saying like, hey, we love your whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Sponsor us.
That'd be great. It'd be great if a cigar shop sponsored us.
Freaking Johnny Walker sponsors us. Holy shit, dude. That'd be so dope.
Fucking so. Give us your money, Johnny Walker.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Johnny Walker. We'll do it.
Or my favorite, Blue Chew.
Blue Chew. Oh, dude, I honestly thought you were about to go into like a tangent about Blue Chew. I'm like, are we really doing this right now?
No. I was just saying people who could promote us. Some off people, like not off, but off brands, people would be like, what the fuck?
What the fuck, man? What the fuck? We're in here too.
But what, so back onto the movie thing, and it is a video game topic as well. So they're making another Street Fighter movie.
Right.
They're making a new Street Fighter movie. And a few actors have been confirmed as characters. So the Chun-Li, I'm going to probably butcher the name. Her name's Kalina Liang. She's hot.
Okay.
She's hot.
Okay.
So I'm impressed.
Okay.
She's hot. And then the guy who's playing Ryu, his name is Andrew Koji. He's not a well-known actor, but he's from, if you ever heard of The Warrior, it's a show on it. It's on Netflix now, but it started on HBO Max.
Right.
And it's a show you might actually like, Manuel. It's fist and kung fu and all that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's involving gangs and shit. Great show. I've watched the whole thing. It's a great show. But
Right.
he's playing Ryu. And then I'm not going to say everybody because some of these actors, like there's a Ken actor already, which I don't know who the hell that is. And then, Jason Momoa.
Can I guess?
Guess.
Blanca.
You're right. Jason Momoa is going to play Blanca.
Okay, the reason I know is because I kind of saw this right now. Kalina Liang is Chun-Li. Orville Peck as Vega.
Yeah.
Noah Centineo as Ken Masters. You know who Balrog is?
Yes. So that one, I was saving that for last, but you're...
Okay, no. I haven't said who it is.
Okay. So
Roman
Reigns
as Akuma.
Akuma, dude.
Holy shit, dude. That's going to be intense. Andrew Koji as Ryu, and then Jason Momoa as Blanca.
So hold on. Because I was saving Balrog last. Are you ready?
Okay.
You're ready. Okay, so before we say who Balrog is, can you take a guess of who you would have probably preferred? Or
shit, like if I had to choose, like
I would have been
go off the edge with fucking Kimbo Slice or someone like that.
Kimbo Slice is dead though.
That I know, but I mean, like if I had,
if you had to choose, yeah, I'm talking about now. The one who I thought would have been good, and he's not. It's what's his name? The guy who's in Suicide Squad, Ezra Miller. No, wait, no, not Ezra Miller. That's the Flash.
It's insane.
What the heck? I forgot his name. The guy who's there you go. Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Idris Elba.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. What?
Not Ezra Miller. What the fuck?
I just saw something right here that says Street Fighter movie at Legendary adds Andrew Schultz to cast.
Oh, shit. It doesn't say who he is?
It doesn't.
He's Dan. It's right here.
Shut the
He's going to play Dan.
Dan Hibiki.
Yeah, dude, he's going to play Dan.
How's he going to pull it out then? I can't.
By gaining weight?
Well, Dan's not fat.
He's not fat, but he is a bit chubby. He's not as ripped. Well, I mean, fuck it. He is kind of ripped.
He's kind of. I was about to say he is kind of ripped with the because he tries to keep up with Ryu and Ken.
Yeah.
I don't think what's his name is Ryu and Ken's master is Goken. There you go. Goken, but I don't think Dan got to.
No, he wasn't.
Right,
he wasn't.
Then how was he able to make do the Hadouken then?
By just practicing, and it's the same like that one character, the girl in the
Sakura.
Yeah, she didn't train. She just met Ryu, and she had a huge crush on him, so she learned how to do the Hadouken and all that shit.
I think she was just a student.
She was a student, but not for Ryu. She just met him. She was a schoolgirl.
Because that's what I thought she was. Like, because there were, I think it was Street Fighter 4 that she's in.
Yeah, she's in 4.
5.
No, she's in 4 and 5.
Okay, because when you pick Ryu or you pick her and you're about to fight either or, they do a little entrance where they're talking about like, should we do it master and so on and stuff like that.
Oh, well then maybe she did train under him, but I'm going off the movie. In the movie, she just met him, and like she just was like, she wanted the dick so bad she fucking decided to like learn the techniques and shit.
Because they're on, I don't know if you remember, I believe it was Marvel vs. Capcom. There was one where Sakura comes out, but as Dark Sakura.
I think that's part 2.
Marvel vs.
No,
Capcom
3. No, 2.
2?
It's 2.
Because who are the dark characters? Because every Marvel vs. Capcom has like
they're just like,
not skins, they're actual characters.
Yeah.
Because Blackheart turns into, it was a demon. I'm trying to remember which demon. He's all red.
You got me, the devil?
Something like that. He was like a devil, like not Satan. It was something else. He was
Mephisto?
Damn.
Yeah, Mephisto.
Mephisto. It's the Blackheart character, but just all red.
Yeah.
So that's Mephisto. Then they had Ryu, but in all Akuma style.
Yeah, Akuma's Dark Ryu.
Was it Dark Ryu or is it Evil Ryu?
No, Evil Ryu. I'm sorry. It's Evil Ryu.
And then, of course, did you ever play Asura's Wrath?
No, but I've heard about it.
Because one of the DLCs is Ryu. Evil Ryu. Ryu pops in.
And then he becomes
you kick his ass. Then he becomes Evil Ryu. And before you get to fight Evil Ryu, Akuma pops out of nowhere, kicks his ass out of here, and you fight Akuma. Yeah. And Street Fighter style.
It's Street Fighter style?
Yeah.
It's cool.
It was pretty dope. I loved it. But yeah, because it's all Capcom, so it makes sense. One of the characters that I was kind of what the fuck when they added to the game, not Asura's Wrath, but Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was Phoenix Wright.
Oh yeah, that was a big what the fuck.
Yeah. And Frank West.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe Frank West too.
Frank West was a what the fuck, but it worked. They made it work.
It worked. It worked.
Because I know he was one of your 18, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's a fuck. He was one of the most broken. Well, you had to do the combos to get him broken because you had to level him up pretty much.
And it was 3 levels, right?
Yeah, 3 levels.
Because I remember every time that you took a picture, levels.
Yeah, level up.
Yeah.
Level up.
And he would turn his bat from a normal bat to a bat with.
No, it was a plunger and then a bat.
Was it a plunger?
It was a plunger at first, and then it was a bat.
And then a spiked.
And then a spiked bat.
And then the shopping cart went from just a shopping cart with the zombie.
And then it was like all weapons on it, like knives and shit.
Chainsaws and shit. Like,
yeah,
okay.
The ending, the last level, it's chainsaws and shit.
What was his special?
So his special was the cart, but leveled up. And then he had like a reset special where like you throw it's that yellow headed
Servbot.
There you go, Servbot. My head on him, and then you pretty much throw. It's a reset special.
Reset.
And then it's like pretty much like if when you're doing combos, it's like if you're good. Like I main Frank West, so they're called resets. It's where you're doing a combo so long to where the game's like, all right, that's it. You can't combo anymore.
Right.
So it goes back to resetting it to where pretty much it's back to one. Yeah. So, but you gotta land it right.
Right.
So it's called a reset.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's called. And then the last one, I can't remember what his actual special.
What was the orange juice?
That will just get him stronger and give him more health.
Oh, okay. Because I know with Phoenix Wright, you had to do something like that. You had to find the clues, and then you like objection.
Yeah. You had to land the objection.
Yeah.
And then he becomes stupid fucking
cross examination.
Yeah.
So they went to cross examination mode, and then the special was like you're
being judged.
Yeah.
No prosecution, no evidence, objection.
Boom, and then you just see the character like.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, hold on. Before we keep going, we forgot to talk about who plays Balrog.
Oh, yeah. Total side tangent. Let's go back.
Just a tad.
Okay.
So Balrog, the boxer from Street Fighter, is going to be played by 50 Cent.
50 Cent. 50 Cent, dude.
God damn.
That's going to be interesting as
It is. I ain't gonna lie. It's going to be interesting.
Interesting as fuck, dude. I mean, if Andrew Schultz is going to be Dan Hibiki, I mean, he has had to have like some sort of like he had to ask for that role. I gotta say he had to ask for that role. Like I'm pretty sure he's maybe like a Street Fighter fan or something.
He is.
And then he like started asking like, can I have a part in the movie? And they said like, you can be Dan, just like sure.
Well, to me, so here's the thing I'm kind of scared about because video game movies tend to not do good ever.
Depends who's directing, though.
Well, of course, depends who's directing, but still, a lot of fucking video game movies
have sucked.
Majority suck.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm worried about Street Fighter.
Well, I mean, have you seen the Mario movie, Super Mario?
Well, that's different because it's just CGI. We're going off real actors here.
Okay, so you're going off of live action.
Yeah, I'm talking about live action. CGI, you could pull it off. That's simple because you're just CGIing Mario.
Well, people didn't like it because of the role they gave the princess.
What role did they give her?
She wasn't the damsel in distress.
Oh, she was a badass?
She was a badass.
Yeah, I mean, it still worked, though.
It worked.
I mean, technically, she wasn't the damsel in distress, but it was still Mario who had to save the day. And, of course, Luigi.
Yeah, Mario and Luigi saving the day. I did like the ending.
Me too. I loved it. I think the Super Mario movie was really great.
And then the Jack Black's music. You always gotta love Jack Black's music, dude. Even in the Minecraft movie, I remember. So my ex took my oldest to go see it.
Okay.
And she showed me videos of like him watching it. He was stoked. And then of course when Jack Black sings the Lava Chicken, la 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 lava, you can hear my son in the background just going off and singing that song, dude. Just going off and singing every single word about it. I love it when my kids do that shit. When I took them to go see the Super Mario movie, they were stoked.
Okay.
Stoked.
So on that subject, let's just stay there a tad bit. We know Super Mario was great, but we also know what else was great. Sonic.
Okay.
So what would you prefer? And we're just talking about the first ones because Sonic already has 3 and about to have a 4th.
Yes, because I think Metal Sonic's coming into
Yeah, supposedly Metal, which I'm hyped for because I always loved Metal Sonic.
Yes. Which do I prefer between Mario and Sonic?
The first ones. The first film.
Okay, the first films. Okay. Damn, that's a good question because when I watched it with my kiddo, like, I like what they did. I like what they did with Mario because, like, when Donkey Kong came out,
Yeah.
they did the DK rap.
Yeah.
So I was like, dope. But at the same time, we're talking about Super Mario, but it worked. They made it work.
Yeah.
With Sonic, they went and delved into his past when he was a kid.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth, how he came to be, Mobius, so on and so forth. Damn. I'm going to have to give it to Sonic.
Yeah, give it to Sonic?
I'm going to give it to Sonic, yeah. Because that wasn't how he came to become Sonic.
I get you.
Blue blur.
The blue blur, yeah.
The blue blur. So I'll give it to Sonic.
Okay. I'm going to go with Mario.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going with Mario.
I'm going to go Mario.
I really loved the Mario movie. And I loved the Sonic movie. I'm not against it at all.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Okay.
But I'm going to go with the first Mario over the first Sonic. But I'm going to go with the Sonic franchise over the Mario. Because they are going to make a new Mario. We already know that.
Well, the ending show.
Yeah, of course. Yoshi.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
So what I'm interested in is, and it's just been a fan theory and stuff, that they might be making some type of Super Smash Brothers movie.
Okay.
Because Sonic pretty much broke the fourth wall of Pokemon being a thing.
Okay, here's the thing. I saw what you saw. I saw that little picture where it shows Sonic, Mario, Luigi.
Yeah.
And I think they put in the picture Banjo.
Yeah, the Banjo.
Banjo-Kazooie. I don't think it was real, though.
That's why I said it's a root. It's not, it's a fan thing. It's gonna really happen.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, like, for example, speaking of fan things, there's the Smash Remix.
The fuck is that?
So Smash Remix is a fan-made Super Smash Brothers with the graphics of the first Super Smash Brothers.
Okay.
Smash Brothers 64, but it has the whole roster of Ultimate.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Plus extras like Crash Bandicoot. It has Princess Peach, which they didn't have in the first Super Smash Bros.
No, they did not.
So, who else? The Fire Emblem cast.
Okay.
They weren't in Super Smash Bros.
No, they were not.
Young Link and older Link, Star Fox, Star Wolf, all of that, but all in N64 graphics.
Yeah.
And you can download it for free.
Oh, cool.
So I'm probably gonna go check it out. I'm gonna go see how it is, but I think it's possible that they'll make a Super Smash Bros. Movie.
I don't see why not. To be honest with you, I mean,
They
to me,
need to do a good job on it.
oh, of course,
Because if they fuck up on that, how we've mentioned before, how video game movies have not been doing great.
Yeah, agreed.
If they fuck up on Super Smash Bros., whoever takes over that, they are fucked.
Yeah.
You're fucked. Because some of the worst critics out there are gaming nerds.
Oh, yeah, gaming nerds are the worst critics. The worst fucking critics.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, they better do a good job with Super Smash Bros. If not, whoever takes on that, the directors and whatever, they are screwed. I mean, look how they butchered Dragon Ball. They butchered the fuck out of Dragon Ball really bad.
Yeah, to where they don't want to do a live action no more.
Exactly. Not to mention that it's the worst rated movie out there.
It is. It's a fucking piece of trash.
Like, I remember my brother, because me and my brother both are big Dragon Ball Z fans. Dragon Ball in general.
I've known Manuel for years, and yes, I've known his brother as well. They are like one of the hugest nerds out there for fucking DBZ.
DBZ, DBGT, all that good shit. And he bought the movie, Dragon Ball Evolution, and even he was like, no, fuck this movie. I hate it. Whoever made this should die. Like, he was not happy at all. But can somebody redeem the Dragon Ball live action franchise? Absolutely.
If it was CGI.
Well, there was some CGI in the Dragon Ball Evolution, but it was what they fucked up is like the story they went along with.
Yeah, it was a shitty story.
It was shit. It was shit. It was just like, I don't know. It just didn't keep me it didn't hook me. It sucked. The story sucked. Goku looked horrible.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I don't really know how you can make a live action characters like that.
It's kind of hard
Especially with that hair.
with anime.
It's the hair.
Yeah,
It's the fucking hair for me. There's no way you can make that look real life.
well, for me, it was the fact that like he didn't go Super Saiyan. He just spiked up his hair.
Yeah, but it was still trash.
It was trash. It was trash in general, and everybody knows that. But you, professional.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had my phone on.
Yeah. So I want to talk about something that I'm seeing on the board,
Okay.
and I feel like it's your dark story because it has babies.
Oh, okay. So my dark story?
So do you want to go? I mean, mine isn't as dark as yours. It's kind of like lengthy, but it's not as dark as yours.
Mine's dark, but there's not a lot about it because they're still investigating it. But let me tell you what my dark...
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so my thing is... remains of nearly 800 people. That's a big number. Well, depending on what. But we're talking babies.
Okay.
800 baby children were found in a waste tank at a nun-run Irish unwed mother and baby home.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Fucking crazy.
So, like, how did they come to be? How the fuck did they get a tip for this or what?
Well, what it was is how they came across it was this old, it's not around no more. It used to be a nun mother and baby home, but they demolished it because they're just putting something else up there now.
Yeah.
And was it right here? It says, let me see. Crews of the island began work on construction. They tore it down, and when they were digging through the remains, because they had to go through the septic tank, they found 800 fucking babies in there.
What?
Now, granted, they just found babies at first. It came out to 100, so they're still going about it right now.
So they're still digging and
they're still digging, but right now it's at 800.
What the fuck? And you said it was like a monastery and shit. Like
Yeah, pretty much. It was a nun home
for I want to assume orphans. Then shit, dude. That's some crazy fucking... I guess the ones that didn't make it through, like, because there's always a story about a baby being abandoned at a monastery or something like that because the parents couldn't take care of it or whatever reason. They didn't want it, whatever.
Yeah, well, the movies made you just think the nuns took care of them, but they just fucking threw in the fucking septic tank.
Or maybe the baby didn't make it. Like, because, I mean, there was a lot of moments where they were left out in the cold.
I mean, 800, though, bro? 800? Come on, man. You know some of those kids were still alive.
I guess they couldn't, or they couldn't support them.
Couldn't afford them?
They couldn't afford them. Yeah, no. I mean, shit, dude.
So that's how it goes? What, if people abandon their kids at a nun home, if the nuns can't take care of them, they just throw them away?
Fuck that shit, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
Maybe that'll make some people rethink abandoning their kids at a nun home.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, I mean, abandoning your kid in general, dude. Like, fuck, dude. Screw that shit. If you're not ready for the kid, there's millions of ways to contraceptive.
Just do what I do. Just get the rustiest old hanger in the fucking closet.
You dick. Shit. But you ever heard of a condom?
What is that?
What is that? Rubbery?
Is that some type of new technology?
It's been around for years, Zoe. It's been around for years, my guy.
But that's what I had on that.
Holy shit. That is pretty fucking dark, but I mean, fuck, dude. Well, I mean, like I said, mine's not as dark as yours, but it's something that's happened a while back, and it's part of it is part of it, an unsolved mystery.
Okay.
And it's called the Yogurt Shop Murder.
Okay.
It involved, let's see, here we go. On the night of December 6th, people please bear with me. It's kind of a lengthy one. On the night of December 6th, 1991, 4 teenage girls were brutally murdered in an Austin, Texas yogurt shop, locally here in Texas, in what became one of the most haunting unsolved crimes in U.S. history. The victims were 17-years old Jennifer Harbison and Eliza Thomas, 15-year-old Sarah Harbison, Jennifer's sister, and 13-year-old Amy Ayers. Sorry if I butcher any names. Jennifer and Eliza were working the closing shift at the I Can't Believe It's Yogurt store, while Sarah and Amy had come to hang out and wait for a ride. A customer who had lingered unusually long in the restroom may have propped open the back door. A couple leaving just before closing saw two men inside acting furtively. Events escalated, and when at least two men forced the girls into the back storage room, stripped them, bound them with their own underwear, and raped at least one of them before execution-style shootings to the head using both a .22 caliber and a .380 caliber handgun. At around 11:47 p.m., firefighters responded to a blaze at the yogurt shop. Inside, they discovered the horrific scene. Three of the girls, Jennifer, Eliza, and Sarah, were found in a stack, naked, bound with their own clothing, and severely burned. Amy Ayers, the youngest, was found separately in a different part of the back room. She was not as badly burned as the others, but had suffered second and third degree burns. Over 25 to 30% of her body had been burned. She had been shot twice with different pew-pews, a .350 caliber and a .22 caliber. One shot entered through her head and exited her jaw. On the second was the fatal shot to the back of the head, likely fired after the first failed to kill her. The fire had been set intentionally using an accelerant, likely to destroy evidence, and much of the physical evidence was indeed lost or damaged due to the flames and water. In the following months and years, the investigation spanned over 1,000 leads and more than 50 false confessions.
Shit.
Eventually, focus shifted to four local teenage boys, Maurice Pierce, Michael Scott, Robert Springsteen, and Forrest Wellborn. In 1999, Scott and Springsteen confessed under intense police interrogation, claiming they were involved along with others. Based primarily on these confessions, despite inconsistencies and lack of physical evidence, Scott and Springsteen were convicted in 2001 and 2002. Springsteen received the death penalty, and Scott was sentenced to life in prison. However, both convictions began to unravel. The confessions were obtained without legal counsel and were not corroborated by any physical evidence. Courts later ruled that the defendants' constitutional rights had been violated when they were not allowed to cross-examine each other, despite their confessions being used against one another. Then in 2008, new DNA testing revealed the presence of an unknown male's DNA on one of the victims. DNA that did not match any of the four accused. In light of this, charges were dropped in 2009, and the men were released. After the convictions collapsed, the case remained cold. In recent years, surviving relatives have lobbied for federal cold case legislation. In 2022, the Homicide Victims Families' Rights Act was passed, partly motivated by this case. Renewed hope came in March 2025 with the world premiere of The Yogurt Shop Murders, a multi-part documentary directed by Margaret Brown. It revisits the crime's details, false confessions, overturned trials, DNA breakthroughs, and the enduring emotional toll.
Fuck.
To date, no one has officially been charged, and the case remains officially unsolved. Investigators still hold the DNA sample, hoping future forensics advances might name the perpetrator.
Hey, man, some people really love yogurt.
Yeah, no shit, dude. No shit. To the point that they just murder for people?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Fucking goddamn.
But there had to be an ulterior motive there. Was it just them trying to get at these girls? Was it them just doing it for the shits and thrills?
They asked for chocolate sprinkles. They put rainbow sprinkles.
Sprinkles, and they were fucking pissed off.
That was it. That could set a man off. That could really set some people off.
I say no sprinkles. But, I mean, it's still to this day, after that long of a time, dude, 91 to now, dude.
Yeah, that's a fucking story.
It's unsolved.
There's a lot of unsolved stories, sadly.
Fuck, unfortunately, dude. And these are the types of things that kind of keep you up at night, that thinking,
Oh, yeah.
why? Why this? Why that? You're asking questions constantly, thinking to yourself like, fuck, dude, if I could go back there, what would I do?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know? Just trying to figure out the case by yourself.
What would cause someone to do all that?
Indeed,
Yeah.
my friend. Indeed.
That's a hell of a thing to do.
Absolute fuck. And then set the place on fire.
Yeah, they set the place on fire. They didn't want to get caught.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
exactly. So that doesn't make sense as to why there was a lot of people saying like, I did it. So
They're probably covering up for somebody then at that point. Because that's the only thing I could think of.
like maybe some gang affiliation or something.
That could be it.
Fuck.
But a yogurt spot?
We'll never know. Maybe they didn't want to pay protection.
That's true, too. That's a way to go about it.
And I mean, shit, it sucks. I mean, rest in peace for those four girls, but fuck, dude. The mind of some people is
Cocaine's a hell of a drug, I hear.
for real. Fentanyl. Fentanyl's a hell of a drug. But yeah, man.
Yeah, man, that's fucking crazy. But one thing we did forget, and I'm sorry to Leroy, our verses. So we have a verses today, but we're gonna touch on it now. And at first I was like, what kind of verses is this? But then I was like, wait a minute,
It makes sense.
It makes sense. So our good boy Leroy said Laura Croft versus Dora the Explorer. Granted, legally, I'd go with Laura Croft.
Right.
But I was never a Dora the Explorer guy. But
my guy.
when I hear she could explore the fuck out of shit.
Yeah, she can. She can.
She got a talking monkey.
She got a talking monkey named Boots.
Made boots.
Botas. I'm going to give it to Dora the Explorer.
Really?
Yes. Because Dora the Explorer has more stuff on her hand than Lara Croft.
I think I know what you're trying to say. I think she has a better arsenal. She does the guns.
She has the magic sash.
She has the map.
Backpack.
She has the map that knows everything.
Yeah, exactly.
She has the monkey. The backpack talks too, right?
Exactly.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
The map don't talk, does it?
The map talks.
The map talks.
The map. The map.
Oh, the Laura Croft is way out.
Yeah, she has her dual guns, but
And that ass.
Dora has swiper.
That's true.
Swiper no swiping. Oh shit! Lara Croft is fucked if Swiper gets his hands on those guns.
Okay, I'll give it to you. I'll give you Dora the Explorer because you make a good point.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna still go with Laura Croft.
Lara Croft is not gonna know what to say to Swiper.
You're right. She would. She just shoot him.
She just tried to shoot him, but you know what? She never said Swiper no swiping 3 times.
That's true too.
So she gets her guns taken away, and guess what? Dora the Explorer gets Boots to rip her fucking tongue out. Over.
That's true too.
Strength of a monkey is something you don't fuck with.
Oh yeah, no, there's fucking crazy stories about monkeys, dude.
Exactly, my guy. That's why I'm saying
they can rip your fucking face off. They're not nice creatures. They're not.
My guy. Exactly. That's why, you know what? I'm giving it to Dora.
Okay, give it to Dora. But I'm still going with Laura Croft. But granted, I could see the argument there.
Yes.
I see the argument.
Yeah, no. Let's see what the Bisons think.
So Bisons, let us know what you think. Dora the Explorer or Laura Croft.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And one more thing I wanted to touch on that I forgot. Ozzy Osbourne, right? So, if anyone doesn't know, well, Ozzy is on his final tour with Black Sabbath. Sadly, they're not here in the States. I think they're only doing it in Europe.
They're only doing it in the UK.
Which is bullshit.
Yeah. Well, here's the funny thing. Is their final tour is going to be on pay-per-view.
That still fucking don't count.
You're going to be able to watch it on TV. I mean, think about it, man, because Ozzy, I kind of laughed at it, but at the same time, it made me fucking realize, dude.
That he's old?
He's old, dude.
He's fucking old.
He's still the Prince of Darkness, but at the same time, the guy got carried onto stage.
Yeah.
When you're used to seeing Ozzy running up there.
Yeah, he was a huge meth head. Did you know that?
And then popping fucking jumps and fucking singing while running across the stage. This time, this dude got fucking like carried up to the stage, and then he started singing.
Yeah. No, I mean, granted, yeah, he's a godfather of rock by now. The prince, the god of darkness, I'd say at this time.
I'd say one of the lords of the underworld.
Oh, yeah, definitely lords of the underworld. He's with Dio, and who else would you put in?
Lemmy, Jimi Hendrix,
Dimebag, Jimi Hendrix. Well, Metallica's still alive, so we can't throw them in there.
Well, I mean, and Slash is too. So
you think Slash is in there? Ah, man,
he's one of the best guitarists I know.
Ah, man, I'm gonna go against you, dude. I'm not a Slash guy.
Really?
I like the look. I like the look.
You gotta understand, he did a fucking duo with Michael Jackson.
That's true too. He did, and he fucking kicked ass.
He kicked ass at that. That's what I'm saying. Slash is one of them dudes.
They're all with Elvis, because Elvis was the king of rock.
King of rock. Dude.
King of rock.
Rock. Hell yeah, man. But other than that, man.
Well, before we end this episode, Ozzy is so if you don't know what liquid death is, it's water in a can, which is the most stupidest fucking thing.
Supposedly mountain water.
Supposedly in a fucking can of aluminum, which doesn't matter anymore. This fucking shit's diluted. But anyways, Ozzy's, so it's supposedly his leftover cans.
The cans that he drank out of.
Uh-huh.
And then he just like signed and put them in a bag.
Yeah, so he signed, put them in a bag, and he's selling them for $450.
Yep.
Because he wants his DNA to be spread out.
Yeah. Exactly.
He wants little Ozzy Osbournes to be around because he already knows this time's coming.
Yeah,
His time's up. I don't want to be that guy, but come on, we all know.
he wants to spread his seed.
Mm-hmm.
His seed.
Sharon got some on lock, so he ain't doing it the old-fashioned way. He's got to come up with some other idea.
Well, I mean, I don't think he can shoot out anything else.
Probably not. Probably not. That dude can't. He probably doesn't even know what pussy feels like anymore.
I bet he doesn't. But that's crazy, man. Fucking
$450 a can.
For a crushed can?
For a crushed can. But it has Ozzy Osbourne's saliva on it.
And signature.
And signature, because he is signing them. They're signed.
Here's the thing, though. Like, this is what takes me back to these fucking prices. Like, will there be a collector's value to that?
Yes. Not now, though. Not now.
You think it's until he passes away?
I think give it after he passes away, but maybe another 10, 20 years after he passes away. 10 tops.
So you'll think it'll have more of a value than $450. It'll be higher than that.
Yes.
What?
It's Ozzy Osbourne we're talking. If somebody had take like Michael Jackson's old clothes or even Elvis's old clothes. That shit sells for thousands of dollars just because he wore it once.
Just like Michael Jackson's glove?
Like his glove or his iconic beaded jacket, that red. It's like, I forgot who, but someone bought it for like 50 grand. And it's just displayed. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Now, granted, this is just a can, but granted, it's Ozzy Osbourne.
Because, I mean, okay, I'm not going to say that I don't have the collector's mentality because I have stuff that I collect. But at the same time, I mean, I don't know, putting like such a high price on something like that. For example, one of the things that I have that went up in price since like I got it was the original Broly statue.
Mm-hmm.
Like his original that changes faces and shit like that. It's about like a foot tall.
And how much did you pay?
$60. I got it for my birthday and for my ex. When we were together, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I think she said she paid like $60, $70.
Okay.
And now when I looked it up, it's like $200.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's insane.
Like, I mean, I don't understand what, and I don't think it's a like rare item.
It's because now Dragon Ball Z is more popular again. Because remember, it died out after like what, 20? I mean, not died out. There were still fans, but they stopped making shows around what, like 2004? Like GT, what that ended like what, 05, 04?
Shit, that's a good question. I can't exactly pinpoint the date.
But it was a while.
It was a while.
And we didn't get nothing.
Super.
And that was it for Dragon Ball.
Well, you got movies.
Well,
you got Heroes Legacy.
But that was just like fan shit.
No, that was actual Akira Toriyama, dude.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no. Heroes Legacy is basically Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was like way in the future. But I'm not going to get into that right now.
Yeah, we don't need to get into that.
I'm not going to get into that right now. But yeah, no, like again, maybe it's because I don't have the collector's mentality. I do like to collect some things, but I just can't see like the price on these things. Why?
It's the market.
And not to mention that we have 3D printers now.
Yeah, but 3D printers is like shit fucking. When you really think about it, it's just cheap material.
I mean, it depends on the resin you use.
Well, that too, but it's still... I don't know.
I mean, a guy made a whole Iron Man suit that is actually functional. I mean, it doesn't have the blasters and shit, but it's an actual functioning Iron Man suit from a 3D printer.
Oh, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, the shit that you can make with the 3D printer, I mean, why not just make more of the same shit?
That's true, too.
That's why I don't get these things. I don't get the fuck. You can go online, find yourself a ROM for a certain game, and just download it onto a CD. Guess what? You got the PS1 game of a... like from back in the 90s in a fucking CD.
Yeah.
So why is Final Fantasy VII so fucking expensive?
I guess it's just a collector's thing.
$2,000.
Like said $2,000. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying, dude. So like, I don't know. It's just my mentality. It's just me.
Oh, okay, I get it. And then I guess onto that, I guess we could finally end this because we've been on this for a while. We've tried to give a good episode for being away for a week.
Yeah, that's true.
We've been on this for a good while already.
Well, we are going to get to talking about a few things right now after the episode, too. I mean, like, we owe the fans alive.
Oh, yeah.
We've been talking about it for a while, so we owe the fans. So we're going to start talking about those things. Maybe we can start the actual live streaming channel, you know, get some of the people, some of the Bisons in there, talk to them live, of course. answer some questions, and we'll see what we go from there.
Yeah, of course. That sounds like a good idea. We'll be in the drawing board right after this.
Absolutely.
So, Manuel, is there anything you want to tell the Bisons and Bisonettes before we end the lounge?
Okay, let me just get a sip of the nice Johnny Walker.
Okay. If I see you.
And this is the usual thing I say to everybody else, and it's drink water and fuck.
Spoken like a true gentleman of the Bison Lounge. And again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us yet again for another episode of the Bison Lounge, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time, as you just heard. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Deuces.